President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed satisfaction with the level of implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act so far and urged the newly inaugurated regulatory agencies to ensure that Nigeria and Nigerians derive maximum benefits from the critical economic sector. This was when he granted audience to the chief executives of the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, as well as his upstream counterpart, Gbenga Komolafe. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo brings us details.
The chief executives of the petroleum regulatory agencies were led to the State House by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Silva. It was their very first meeting with the president and therefore used the opportunity to bring him up to speed on their programs of action aimed at transforming as well as adding value to the oil and gas sector of the Nigerian economy.
We intend to operate in a manner that we facilitate and enable investment in the industry in a manner that we mitigate effect of that energy transition. And part of the effect that is already being noticeable is funding challenges. We intend equally to ensure full digitization of the upstream activities to optimize value for the nation in the industry.
We have abundance of gas in this country, but it has not been harnessed. So we need to encourage investment in the area. Now, a lot of major oil companies like the IOCs want to invest, but the pricing framework is an issue for them. So we are working to ensure that we put the pricing framework that is attractive enough for the investors, at the same time simple enough for the consumers. Just to reiterate that, yep, we are going to continue the bridging and the payment will be made to transporters. There's no doubt about that.
The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Silva, told journalists that President Buhari is delighted that a lot is happening in the petroleum sector, justifying the coming into effect of the Petroleum Industry Act.
And Mr. President charged us to ensure that we use our best experience to ensure that the industry is on track and do what is best in the interest of Nigeria at all times.
President Buhari, the minister, also said is concerned about the continuous rise in the price of cooking gas in the market.
I can assure you that we are doing everything to see how we can bring down the price of gas, especially as we approach the Yuletide.
Discussions also centered on the recent oil spillage in Nembe, Bayelsa State.
Mr. President is very personally interested in that, and he has actually asked us to go and visit the site to assess the situation and report back. Definitely, we are quite concerned with what is happening in Nembe, and we'll be going there tomorrow.
The regulatory agencies in the petroleum industry were inaugurated 1 month ago in line with the provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.